Hi everyone, I'm Thelma and my channel is Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today I'll be sharing with you some fun and easy to make Dollar Tree crafts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for our first DIY you will need one of these plastic bunnies that came from the Dollar Tree. Just take the front and the back and snap it together. Make sure it's flush all the way around. And I'm using chalk ivory acrylic paint. This came from Walmart. You can use regular paint, but the chalk paint helps get to where you can't see through onto the blue of the bunny, and it stays on easier without scraping off. So just put at least one thick coat or two thin coats on it. It depends on your preference. And try to go in nice smooth lines. But just do it all the way around the front and the back side too. Okay, our next project, you will need some of the foam poster board, a pencil. You can either use pink paint or I have a highlighter, and you will need your glue gun and some scissors or one of these cutters here. Okay, first down at the bottom, just draw half of a circle. And it's alright if you don't get it straight or even going all the way around. Just erase it and redo it. Okay. Now use this cutter here. Put some cardboard box or something under it so it doesn't go onto your surface, and cut it. Always put your lid back on your cutter here, that way you don't get cut. And just pop this out. Go back over it if you have to, because it didn't go all the way through. Just make sure you're cutting away from you. There's that. Now we're going to draw the feet. Takes a minute sometime to get this on here. It has to lay a certain way. Now on the feet, make a circle, not a circle, but a half. Go up. And then measure it and see if that's big enough. Okay, now go ahead and cut that one out. I'll be right back. I have to fix my blade. Okay, now just cut this one out. Make sure the cardboard box is under it, I mean. way it won't be so bulky. Just go ahead and cut where you're working, leaving enough space to there you go. Now, I'll finish cutting this out. Now, okay, now we have it. Now, just trace this one. Make sure it doesn't move on you like mine did. Okay, now let's go ahead and just cut this one. Cut it out the same way as we did the first one. Okay, now you want to take your paint or your marker, whichever one you have, and I'm just going to draw an oval circle right here and paint it in. Then do the same for each little toe, I guess it is. And just do 3. I'll do the other one. This doesn't take that much time at all to make this one. Now this one I had a request to make a bunny butt. So this is it. I hope this helped you figure out how to make you one. Leave me a comment to let me know. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, now first lay them on, see how you like it. Do it to where you can't see the corners down here. So what you want to do is just put you some glue right through there and tilt it going sideways a little out. And then right here, this is a pom-pom ball. You can use a cotton ball, the cotton that comes out of the pill bottles that you buy at the store and the pharmacy. Any of them work. And then, once it's dry, this is what it looks like. Get you a little Chanel stand. Okay, any color will do. Right in the center, in the back, if you're wanting this to hang up, just put you a little, bend it in half and then twist it a few times and then bring it outward and put it right in the center. Now put some on top of it, some glue, and you just set that aside until it dries. And now we'll go on to the next DIY. Okay, for our next DIY, you will need one of these Easter eggs and one of the chicks, or you can get two of the wooden things to paint that you want, and you will need one of these seasonal signs. I'm using Apple Barrel White acrylic paint. It's fast drying and it comes from Walmart. I'm just putting some on the top of this, and just I have a big size brush. Do some even strokes, and if you put too much down like I did on the top, just use it for the sides. Just paint the whole thing all the way around, front, sides, top, and back. While that's drying, we will be working on the signs, and I'm painting the chick yellow and his beak and feet orange. So when you get down to the feet, just go straight across. And it doesn't take long to paint these. It's got a little something on it. Now we need just a little bit more paint. Just do the beak the same way. When you go around it, just go straight down. Just make it nice and straight, even strokes, and that way it'll be nice and shiny and smooth. If your brush comes off in it, just take it sideways and scratch it off onto the side, and then repaint over that area. Looks like I'm going to have to throw this brush away. It keeps shedding. Okay, now for the orange. I am going to be using Harvest Orange. And you don't need a lot. Just small strokes. There, now it's nice and smooth. And do the same thing to the feet. I'm using the small one because it's easier to make nice smooth strokes on a small surface like this. And then I'm going to paint the egg that I have, that I showed you all, just pink, a pale pink. I think it's cameo pink. But you can paint yours whatever color you want. Okay, I'm painting the egg, and it's cameo pink from Walmart. I'm just going to paint the whole thing pink. Make sure you get inside. If the paint goes down in there, make sure you wipe it or it'll clump up. But just paint the whole thing and then let it dry while we're working on another project. Okay, now that the bunny is dry, and it took 2 thick coats of the white paint so you wouldn't be able to see through it. Now you need some black. I have jet black and pink polish to do the eyes, nose, and mouth. So just get you a little bit of it. Okay, you'll need a small, thin brush to do the whiskers and the mouth. Dip it in and wipe it. Make sure it's a nice straight line. And there's 3 on each side. If you're more advanced painter than I am, then yours is going to look better than mine. But if you're a beginner, then a little of the paint being off is okay, because you'll learn as you go. That one's kind of thick, so I'm going to make this one a little wider. Okay, now the other side. Just take your time. Now just compare them. They look good. Okay, now I'm going to paint the mouth. It dips in, so just go right in with your brush and take your time. Some of the white wasn't all the way dry in there, but that's okay. Now we're going to do the eyes. Just paint the circle. Now you can paint your bunny any color. It can be pink, blue, brown, purple, any color you want. Okay, now I'm going to do the nose. Make sure you wipe it off. Now let's put some pink up here for the ears. All you need to do is just make an oval circle with points on the end. Just like that. Trying to do it where I don't touch my paint. That one's a little wider, so we're going to make that one a little wider. Okay, and this is what the bunny looks like. Now we'll finish up on the other project. Okay, for our next project, you will need 1 or 2 picture frames. I'm just using one of my oval ones that I use every season, and I always put a picture in it, but this time I want to use window clings. So if you want to do the same one, this one came from the Dollar Tree. And get a pencil and just, I'm using poster board, and I cut it in half. And just trace your glass. Trace it and then cut it. Okay, once you have it, the poster board cut out, keep what you have in behind the back of it, and just leave it all in. I have stuff from Halloween, pictures from fall, just leave it in. And make sure you have the top. The top of mine is right here. That's where the hanging part goes on. And then get you some window clings. Might take a minute to get it started. First, I'm going to lay this down and see how it looks with both of them on it. With both of the bunnies. Make sure you get it straight. Now if you can't find this window cling, get any kind you want and decorate it up. Now you don't have to use no Mod Podge or nothing on this, because it's going to be held in place by the glass. Get you some little eggs. And there's some flowers on this one. The flowers actually come off. Sometimes they're just there for decoration. Now do another little egg. And the thing with it not being stuck on, you can move them around as you want. Like this, and you can overlap them. And then I'm going to use these up in the center on top. There's two little eggs, smaller than the other ones. And then, I'm not going to put no chicks in here, but I am going to put all the little flowers. Oh no, I think that's the thing with rearranging these. You can change them up. This is what the picture looks like with the window clings in it. You can put some of the chicks in it, or make one with the big Happy Easter egg, or you can just leave it like this. But now I'll show you the other one in a second. Okay, and the next picture that I'm doing with the window clings is the rest of the window clings that's on this sheet here. Put this right in the center. I'm going to use the little chicks. And again, some of them might cause you trouble getting them off. So I'm going to go ahead and get them all off, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now that I have the window clings off, put the Happy Easter sort of centered, but a little bit off. Put this little chick here, up here, and put the egg over top of her. Now get the other little egg, the last one that's left, and put it right there. And then put this little chick right here. Let me see how this one looks over here. Move this one up a little. And then I have two little flowers left. I didn't get them. I wasn't planning on using the flowers. But just put a flower there. And the last flower right there. Now let's put the glass on it. I have to scoot this down some. Make it even. And I will show you what it looks like as soon as I get the screw screwed in. And here's what the second picture looks like. Now you can make a bow and glue it on here, but I don't glue anything on these two picture frames because they're vintage. But you can use square, 8x10s, 5x7s, oval, any kind of picture frame that you want. So let's go ahead and get started on the next project. Okay, before we continue, I want to show you what I'm putting in for this week's giveaway prize, and it's this pink gnome, Easter gnome. Look at the cute little ears and his little nose. Now this one is going in for a special one because last Friday I didn't do a DIY. I was ill, and so this one's the bonus, and I will also put in a gift on Friday for this week's DIY. So let's go ahead and continue with the craft projects. Okay, now that this project has dried, the paint has dried, and make sure that this is 2 coats on this so you can't see the writing in it. Take your, just make sure it's glued to the front, and then get your egg and put it kind of behind. And what we do is put the glue going across the bottom here. And be kind of fast at it. Put these sideways instead of one in front of the other. Get you some glue. Make sure you get it where you want it at, and push down on the little blocks. Now I have some of these little eggs here that come 10 in a pack from the Dollar Tree. Just get you some glue and put on it, and just put some on each side of the egg. And then I'm going to do a pink. Alright, now this is what it looks like so far. Now I think I'm going to get a few more eggs. Put a purple one right in the center of the egg and the chick, where they meet right there. I'll show you. Now we're going to get one more egg and put in between the blue and the yellow. Alright.